Hello students, so far we have seen components and structure of the atmosphere. Now, atmosphere also acts as a blanket for the earth. How? We will see. You see in this diagram, the atmosphere lets in the incoming solar radiation from the sun without heating it. This solar radiation reaches the earth's surface and is absorbed by the earth. This absorbed energy is then radiated out in the form of long wave terrestrial radiation. And now this outgoing terrestrial radiation is absorbed by gases like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and some other gases as well like water vapor and carbon monoxide, etc. present in the atmosphere. Now, it is this phenomenon which actually heats up the atmosphere and is known as greenhouse effect. Now, this greenhouse effect is vital for our existence because it keeps the Earth's temperature at a suitable level, suitable for our existence. Okay. So now we know that greenhouse effect is important for us, for our survival. But over the past few decades, these greenhouse gases have increased in concentration in the atmosphere due to various human activities. For instance, carbon dioxide, the chief contributor to greenhouse effect, is added in the atmosphere by vehicular and industrial pollution, methane through coal and natural gas mines, nitrous oxide through usage of fertilizers. So what will happen if these gases, greenhouse gases, increase in concentration in the atmosphere? See, increased concentration of these gases in the atmosphere has led to an increased trapping of this outgoing terrestrial radiation, leading to increase in average global temperature, which is termed as global warming, which could have adverse effect on various life forms present on the earth. Okay. So I hope greenhouse effect and global warming is clear to all of you. Another effect of pollution is ozone layer depletion. We have seen that ozone layer is an important layer which is present in stratosphere at a height of about 15 to 50 kilometers from the Earth's surface. So we see here it is a protective shield around the Earth which protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiations coming from the sun. Over Antarctic, it has got much thin. That is why it is also known as ozone hole. So this ozone depletion, it is caused by various chemicals, various pollutants. First of all, CFCs, which stands for chlorofluorocarbons, chemicals used in refrigerators and air conditioners. Then chemicals also used in various foams and aerosol sprays. Now let's see effects of ozone depletion. Okay. First effect, we see if the ozone layer gets depleted, it will no longer block or stop the incoming ultraviolet radiation from reaching the Earth's surface, because of which the animal and plant life will be affected, including the marine life. In human beings, it could cause cataracts and skin cancers. So what are the ways out? What measures to be taken to mitigate ozone layer depletion? First of all, minimizing or completely banning use of CFCs, that is chlorofluorocarbons, and many countries have already done it. Again, minimizing or completely banning pesticides and fertilizers, including other measures like uh, limiting private vehicle drivings. So that was about ozone layer depletion. Now, as we had seen global warming, let's talk about the impact of global warming. First of all, climate change. Now, what does climate change mean? It is a change that persists for a long period of time. And according to World Meteorological Organization, it is a change that persists for a period of 30 years of time. With regard to increase in uh, global average temperature and its consequences on the ecology present on the earth. It could result in various adverse effects like melting of glaciers, rising of sea levels, submerging of islands, okay, then changes in rainfall, weather patterns, right? Ocean acidification. We all know that oceans act as a sink for carbon dioxide. So this increases the acidity of oceans, which may again disrupt the food chain in the marine ecosystem. Then it can lead to bleaching of corals. Corals, they start to lose their colorful algae due to increase in water temperatures, which leads to bleaching of corals. Then effect on flora and fauna. Animals may migrate in search of newer habitats to higher latitudes or higher altitudes. Even vegetation may try to adapt to the change in climate or changing temperature. Alright. Thus, the whole ecosystem present on the earth will get disrupted, which we are very much part of. So, again, now, what are the ways out to mitigate global warming? First of all, we should try to cut down greenhouse gas emissions. Conservation of forests should be done with afforestation. Then we should switch to renewable alternative sources of energy like wind energy, solar energy, tidal energy, and even nuclear energy. And in this direction, various international efforts have also been taken, like United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, which was held in Rio de Janeiro, also known as Rio Earth Summit, held in 1992. Then Kyoto Protocol. All these conventions held whereby many of the countries decided to cut down their greenhouse gas emissions. In 1991, Global Environmental Facility was set up with an aim to facilitate cooperation between developed and developing countries, again with the objectives of cutting down greenhouse gas emissions and reducing ozone layer depletions were some of its objectives. Right? So that was all in this. Today we saw greenhouse effect, ozone layer depletion and global warming. So we'll meet in the next class.